Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church, Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. It's a beautiful evening. It's actually a beautiful New Year's Eve. Did you know it was the church New Year tonight? Tomorrow morning we wake up and we're in a new ecclesiastical year. So thanks be to God. Happy New Year to you. I've been talking about the Fools for Christ, and I want to talk about somebody tonight. It's evening. It is. Tonight, I want to talk about somebody who is not canonized a saint, and as a matter of fact, they just passed away on the Feast of the Transfiguration this year in Kodiak, Alaska. Her name is Natalia. Now, I'm not going to pretend I know a whole lot about this person. I just know what I read from the article in the paper. A parishioner was kind enough to send to me because he thought that it was pertinent to our conversation about the Fools for Christ. So Natalia, I'm just going to tell you a few things about her because it's fascinating. Somebody who lived on American soil up until a couple of weeks ago. She did suffer from some mental illness, but just listen to some of these things that I'm going to tell you about her. So she was from St. Petersburg, Russia, and she moved to Kodiak, I think about 15 years ago, and she would walk around the town. She would go into the library and have a conversation with her favorite painting of an old fisherman. She would go to the sporting goods store, and there was a huge wooden carved bear out in front, and she would go and sit next to the bear, and the people in the sporting goods store, God bless them, would bring her coffee. And she was very grateful for that. She'd sit and sip coffee with the bear, and then sometimes she would go into the store, and there was a stuffed Kodiak brown bear in there with this rail in front of it, to keep the distance between you and the Kodiak bear. And she would bring like a McDonald's hamburger in there and set it on the rail, and she would talk to the bear in Russian and then leave the hamburger for the bear. The owner of the sporting goods store said that anytime he hired new employees, he would always tell them on the front end, he would say, there is a woman, Natalia, and she comes in here. She does not steal. She doesn't break anything. She's not trying to hurt anybody. She is friendly, and we treat her well here. And so I heard that, and I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And she walked, she roamed the city. That's what she did. And the priest at the Russian Orthodox Church there said that he would see her the first time he saw her. She was standing by the white picket fence that was next to the church, and she was gazing up at the cross on top of the cupola on top of the church, and it was pouring down rain, just raining cats and dogs, and her gaze was fixed heavenward on that cross as she stood there making the sign of the cross and praying. He saw her another time. He watched her for 20 minutes stand there praying intensely, making the sign of the cross and gazing up at the cross on top of the cupola. Boy, these mosquitoes are loving me tonight. Anyway, Natalia, she passed away on the Feast of the Transfiguration. She died in the street. She died alone. And our hope and our prayer and our belief is that she is with Christ in paradise, the one whom she loved in this life. And we pray that God will grant her rest with the saints. So that's the story of Natalia of Kodiak, Alaska. Will she ever be canonized as a saint? I have no idea. We don't know anything like that. It's just a story from the newspaper in Alaska, and I thought I would share it with you because someone was kind enough to share it with me. Tomorrow, more on the lives of the Fools for Christ, saints of the Orthodox Church. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.